Skeery, get your dad on the phone.
Oh, God.
Tony!
How you doing?
How you doing?
Stay over there.
I love him.
We love Skeery's dad. His mom and dad are great. And Skeery does abuse them. He just yells and screams at them.
And anytime they suggest something to make their life easier, he's like, no, I want it the old way.
They all scream at each other. So you're about to hear that. They're having a dilemma. This Sunday is Easter, and they typically have their big Italian Easter feast.
Yeah.
They expect everyone to be at the table like every Easter past.
Family tradition.
Well, this year, this family member is going to be gone, and this other family member is going to be another family member. And so there's only rather than 45 of them, there's only 7 of them.
Yeah.
So to them, that's not big enough for a feast. So Skeery's point is they're actually canceling Easter.
Oh.
They're canceling a religious holiday because no one can be there.
Skeery is unhappy with the food they want to serve.
Oh.
I think the dad said, Easter, we should give up on carbs. So he's going to cancel a religious holiday because of carbs.
Yeah.
What are they going to do instead?
Well, I don't know. We're about to get him on the phone. Hello, get him on the phone. Hello. Stop yelling at your dad.
Yeah, they're arguing already.
I'm sorry.
You're already arguing with your father.
That's Tony.
Hello, Tony. How are you, sir?
Okay, Elvis, how you doing?
We're doing great. We're doing great.
Hello, how we doing, guys? Everybody doing good?
Yeah, we're doing good. Now, here's the challenge. Your son, Anthony, Skeery, is very, very upset that you're not having the big family Easter feast this Sunday.
That's correct. We decided that we're going to get rid of the pasta, and we're just going to do a barbecue. Yeah. That's right.
and I got to be honest, to me, that sounds fantastic, but Skeery doesn't think that.
Dad,
well, I want him to keep his figure. So, he's on this
Dr. Fatloss.
Diet, Dr. Fatloss diet.
Yeah, but Dad, listen, tradition, holidays are different. Holidays are the exception to the rule. We cannot screw with tradition. This is not the 4th of July where you have a barbecue.
But Skeery,
I was so upset.
Are you the one making all the food, or is your dad?
My father is. My parents host Easter in Brooklyn every single year.
If you want pasta, you make it and bring it.
But when I picture Easter, I think of lasagna, stuffed shells.
You make lasagna.
Well, I want to change this year. I mean, every year we have the same thing. We have the baked ziti, we have the stuffed shells, we have the lasagna, we have every year.
It sounds delicious.
And it sounds great, but a lot of times it winds up, on the table, and nobody who's on a diet, who doesn't want this, who doesn't want that. So I'm changing the rules this time. I'm going to do a barbecue.
All right.
Good for you, Dad.
See, I'm with Papa Skeery because it's really about the family getting together, and that's really all that really matters. It's not about the food on the table. It's that everybody gets together, Skeery. So as long as everybody's still going to get together, they can be there. What does it matter where you're eating?
That's exactly right.
This is the second time he changed tradition. On Christmas Eve, he's like, "You want 7 fish? We're going to do sushi."
Okay,
that's a fish.
That's a fish.
Sushi is a fish.
I know, but
Anthony, listen to me, Anthony. Listen.
Yeah.
Christmas time, right? Pasta, right?
Yes.
New Year's pasta. Every holiday's pasta. I'm changing it this time.
He's done.
It's going to be barbecue.
If you want such a traditional Easter, have everyone over to your house, and then you make the pasta.
I did that one year, and I got the cake boss.
You make it.
Oh, no, I can't.
I mean, he brings enough carbs over. He brings a loaded cake over. He brings pastries. He brings that, and who winds up? It winds up on my table, and I got to deal with it. Then.
Yeah, then you have to eat it.
Yeah,
all right.
I don't understand. Why can't you cook it if you want it?
My point is this. I don't know how to cook. I can't
He should
cook
be a
for this amount of
politician.
people.
He never answers a question.
Never answers the question. Has he been
Ridiculous.
like this his entire life, Mr. Tony? He never answers a question.
No, he never does.
And then he goes, it's only going to be your nephew Lucas and Aunt Millie and me and the kids. No fuss this year.
Okay, stop yelling. Stop yelling at your father.
Exactly. So we're going to do the barbecue, and everybody's going to enjoy it, I'm sure.
By the way, here's what I've learned. Being a Texan, moving to New York City, hanging out with Italian Americans for holidays. They always say it's a special holiday day. We've got to make lasagna. We've got to make ziti. And then for lunch the next day, what are you having for lunch? Oh, we're going to have lasagna and ziti.
Yeah.
And then the next day, what's for lunch? Maybe linguine.
Yeah, it's a
maybe
special
some
day.
ziti, maybe some lasagna.
Plus, Elvis, remember, you got to have the bread.
Yeah, I know.
They got to have bread. So
it's got to be
semolina
bread.
They eat the bread with the butter. The pasta's on the table. They'll have a little bit of that, and then it remains. And then I have to deal with it during the week.
Exactly.
So,
I'm with you.
You know,
So
and
Skeery-
so that's why I'm changing the rules. We're going to do a nice barbecue, and everybody's going to be happy.
I like
There
that.
you go, Dad.
Now, hold on. I've got Carolyn on the phone. Hey, Carolyn, say hello to Skeery's dad, Tony.
Oh my goodness, Skeery's dad has such a sexy voice. Will you talk to me for a few minutes?
Sure. Are you alone?
Oh my God, I love that.
No disrespect to your wife or Skeery's mom, but I love that accent. I'm Italian and I'm from New Jersey, and I could listen to you talk all day.
Oh, listen to you.
Good. That's very encouraging to me.
All right, well, you
Oh
two
my God, it's awesome.
You two go get a room.
Elvis, can we keep this going for a while?
Yes, we could. All right, Carolyn, thank you for listening, and we'll keep him on as
you.
long as we can afford him.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Well, Skeery's dad, Tony, thank you so much for coming on. And I think that there's nothing wrong with shifting through tradition. It is about getting together, like Froggy was saying. What's that, Greg T?
You know, I just don't think that parents really completely understand. Even though we get older, we move out of the house, there is a little piece of us that still wants to come back home to when we were kids and have that tradition. And I understand, like, my mother does it very similar, same thing. Like, the tree is not the same on Christmas, the food on Thanksgiving, things are different. And they're like, well, you kids moved out, and now it's me and, you know, your mom and blah, blah, blah. So I think that, Tony, you have to reconsider and go back to the traditional ways, because I think what Skeery's trying to tell you is that he remembers what it was like as a kid, and he holds on to that once a year.
He really does have a point. Do you sort of see that, Tony?
Yeah, I kind of see it, but there's also the other holidays of the year which we will go back to tradition. So I'm just changing it up. Like I said, I'm going to change it up this one time here.
There you go. All right, well, Tony, it's always a pleasure speaking with you, and whatever you guys end up doing.
Happy holidays to everybody. Happy Easter. Okay.
All right, thank you, Tony. Have a beautiful day.
All right, you guys take care.
There you go. There you go. You bring up such a good point there, Greg T. Because Easter at our house, it was always ham.
Yeah.
It was always macaroni and cheese with the Southern thing. We always had some kind of collard greens, and we had more of a Southern thing. And it was all. But if God forbid, if you go to the table on Easter and there's no ham there, and I don't even like ham.
Right.
But I gotta have it at the table.
It was just always there. You remember that. It brings you back to that really nice time, and it's once a year, and
So
it
then
is what it
you
is.
make it, because at a certain
I will.
point, your parents are tired and they don't want to make that crap anymore.
I'm gonna bring a ham home. Ham and lamb. That's what
Right.
Easter's about. Ham and lamb. You gotta have some kind of peas over there, some asparagus. It's all about the spring flavors. What's Skeery?
Scotty B was just telling me that last night his mom declared this is the last Passover. Next year, we're breaking tradition. We're going to a restaurant.
She's canceling a religious holiday.
Scotty flipped out.
But she's getting older, so
Right.
maybe Scotty hosts it now.
Exactly.
Yeah, Scotty.
It's hard for her. My grandmother can't cook anymore. For Christmas last year, we had lean cuisine. Was it a bummer? Yeah. But it's too hard for grandma to cook, and I don't know how to make that full of a meal.
Well, I tell you, I've got a solution for all your problems. I'm gonna give it to you right after our conversation with Karen. Hi, Karen.
Hi.
So, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Welcome to the High Holy Days. And what are you celebrating this time of year?
Passover.
Okay. So your mom made a Passover turkey.
Yes. Usually we get the brisket, and this time she decided to make a turkey.
Did that mess you up a little bit?
It was horrendous. My brother, my husband, we all revolted and said, no more turkey for Passover. It's disgusting.
But turkey is great. What's wrong with turkey?
Turkey is for Thanksgiving. Turkey is not for Passover.
Okay, there you go. I happen to agree. For Passover, if I'm invited to your house, I'll be very grateful. I'll eat the brisket, some noodle kugel in there, you know.
She also put ginger and nutmeg in the matzo balls. We're like, what are you doing?
Your mom
burn the house down.
Your mother she's going through this second childhood. She's lost her mind.
It was not her finest.
All right, Karen. Best of luck to you, and have a beautiful day. You and your family. Yeah, I got it.
Heaven started showing her ankles a little bit. Just a second wind.
Okay, here's what you do for all holidays where you're not getting the cooking you want. This is why God blessed us with Boston Market.
I agree 110%.
They've got your ham, they've got your brisket.
And it's all delicious. And the meatloaf, bring the meatloaf.
It's all there. You all need it.
Yep.
That's great.
Like my mom says to me, hey, Danny, could you make the lasagna this year? And I go, sure. And I'm like, how many people? So she tells me, I go, so how many lasagnas you need? 3 lasagnas?
No, a lasagna should
Boston
feed
Market.
50 people.
No, not the size I make.
Hello, Allison.
Hi.
What's going on?
I agree with Skeery's dad.
Talk about it.
I have a huge family. We usually have 45 people at family events, which we're going to have for Easter.
Oh,
but
Lord.
for Christmas, last Christmas, we did, there were only 6 of us, and we did enchiladas.
Delicious.
Oh, my God.
See, I like
Great.
that.
I wouldn't mind. See, I wouldn't mind enchiladas.
Me neither.
Some Easter enchiladas.
Yeah.
We just got a text here, Allison, from someone who their family serves rabbit on Easter.
Oh, no!
That's messed up.
Which
You
is,
can't do that.
well, I know, but if you're in Italy or you're in France, they serve a lot of lapin.
It's like eating what's his name? Santa Claus on Christmas.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but you eat the Easter bunny chocolate on Easter. Why can't you
But
know?
that's chocolate,
He
not a
learns
real
that.
bun.
All
you
right,
know.
Allison. Good luck with your new traditional enchiladas. You can
man.
make turkey enchiladas for Thanksgiving. I don't know why. You can't. All right, Allison. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
But tradition. You know what? We missed those traditions from
Yeah.
when we were kids. My mom and dad have passed away, and I do think of those little things. Like every year, my dad made my mom make this pea salad. I hated it, but if it wasn't there,
Right.
I'd be upset. Yeah, so my grandmother made a sour cream pie.
Oh.
Right.
Oh, so good. I hated it as a child, but now I crave it.
You miss
She
it.
doesn't make
Do
it.
you miss it because of the taste or the tradition?
The tradition,
Yeah.
mostly.
I want a Jell-O mold.
Heart attack stuffing is what my mom would make.
Yeah.
Chopped meat and mutts, and you'd get a heart attack after it. But you have to eat it. It's so good.
Taylor's family, they're even changing all holidays at your house, right, Taylor?
Yes, everything, and I'm so upset about it.
Like, what are they doing July 4th? Listen to this.
4th of July, we usually do like a barbecue at my aunt's house. Everyone goes over there. Now they want to change it to a whole other state. They want to go to Maryland, and then they want to do it like Thanksgiving and Christmas. They want to have turkey and ham and all of that stuff.
On
We
4th of
have
July.
a barbecue on the 4th of July.
You're going to be in Maryland. You should be eating crabs.
Well, no, you should be in Pennsylvania eating barbecue.
See, this is the terrorists have won.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Taylor. Good luck with that. I'm doing it. This Sunday, I'm going to make a traditional Southern Easter dinner. And I bet no one shows up. But I'm going to make
all
it.
by yourself.
I'm going to make it, and we're going to eat it by myself.